Well, hello and welcome once again to the turret of pleasure here in the beautiful, sunny, enchanted kingdom of Hermione. And it's a Friday, which means it's thrift store day. Once again, I managed to squeeze in 3 thrift stores in one of my very rare outings away from the enchanted kingdom. And I figured I'd go over what I got. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a typical day. One rule of the thrift stores I've always found is the farther away you are from the big city, for whatever reason, the better the thrift store, the more interesting the stuff you find. And so I went in today. I had lunch with my daughter and her sweetie, and I figure I better go to the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army wasn't bad. It had, sadly, a Coco Taylor chess best of, which featured a DVD in it, which wasn't the right CD. And that seems to be a problem with Coco Taylor and Etta James and artists like that. I keep finding them with the wrong records in them, which was very infuriating. And then there was Steel Wheels by the Stones, which I don't have. I'll pay $1 for that. No CD in it. Okay, anyway, there were these. And this is from the series. Everybody knows this series, the Bachelor Pad series. Capital put these out a while back. These are great. I'm not going to pay real money for these, but they're fabulous old 50s and 60s beautiful analog recordings of these amazing big bands, and like from a bygone era. There's a lot of cool stuff on this. Anyways, I'll buy anything in this series for $1. And I thought, I probably have this, but it was in really good shape. And I brought it home and looked, and sure enough, I had it. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but this was the shape it was in, the one I had, which is to say, we'll just throw that one away now because it's not worth anything to anybody. Then I found the best of Sarah Vaughan. Now, I know what you're thinking. The best of Sarah Vaughan could be anything. And you'd be right, but this is a Pablo CD, and Pablo was Norman Grantz's label in the 70s. RCA did it. They put out a lot of really good, if very straight, jazz. And look at the people on this. Louis Bellson, Ray Brown, Willie Cook, Eric Dixon, Freddie Green, Harold Jones, a lot of, like, Joe Pass, a lot of Oscar Peterson, Bucky Pizzarelli, Jimmy Rowles, oh boy, everybody good. Frank Zabo, Grady Tate. So this is from a bunch of records she did for Pablo. And if you like Sarah Vaughan, I mean, how can you not like this? This was $1.99. Salvation Army are $2, a little bit. And then I found this. I don't know anything about this. Ray Hargrove and Friends doing what looks to be a Cuban record on Verve from 1997. Again, how can this be bad? Chuco Valdez on piano, David Sanchez on tenor, Frank Lacey on trombone, he's really good, and Gary Bartz on alto. So that, I mean, yeah, $2. I'll buy it. Fine, great. So then I moseyed my way to the St. Vincent de Paul, which is right across the street. How handy. And what's more, they only charge $1 for their CDs. And the only bad thing is they don't replenish them very often, but it seems they have recently. And so we got What's Not to Love, Stompin' Tom's hockey song, 2 days after the playoffs end. Dagger in the Heart. But this is the actual album, I believe, the original album of the hockey song, which means it's going to have filler in it, and I have a thing about Stompin' Tom filler. So that was worth $1. What's more, a Proud Canadian, which is a best of, and I might already have this, and if I do, I'll give this to somebody. But this has To It and At It, and Tilsonburg. So I used to play Tilsonburg with David P. Smith. Gumboot Cloggeroo is another good one. So that's, $1. And again, $1. So Blitz. Anybody remember Blitz? I vaguely remember Blitz. This is on Dojo Recordings, which is a Castle Communication USA label. Anyway, this is an Oi record, if I remember correctly. And I remember them not being a particularly good Oi record. 82. National Top 30 Smash. Wow, who knew? Guitarist Nidge, vocalist Carl, bassist Mackie, and the drummer Charlie. Who knew? Recorded at Strawberry Studios, Godley and Cream and 10cc studio. Interesting. At any rate, again, for $1, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to play it at least once. And if I like it, I'm going to keep it. And if I don't, I'll trade it in on something I like. It has one of these loathsome little stickers on it, though. I hate them. Hate them. What else did we find? We found a Hyperion piano record of Eric Satie music by somebody named Yitkin Xiao, who I've never heard of. But I am a complete sucker for Eric Satie. I am a complete sucker for Hyperion piano records because the recordings are fabulous, wonderful, lush, full recordings. And I mean, you know, I shouldn't buy it. I really shouldn't, but this ticked too many boxes. I had to buy it. And finally, another one of these. Now, I'm collecting copies of this. I think I'm up to number 4. Stay tuned with this one. This is my friend David Foster, the Pope of Victoria, playing Oh Canada. There's a short version, French lyrics, short version, English lyrics, short version, French and English lyrics, short version, instrumental, long version, instrumental, long version, French and English lyrics. Long version instrumental, eh? I'll get back to you on that one. All right, finally I got home, realized I had to go downtown souk, so I went to our wonderful local family resource center thrift store, where they have done the very sensible thing. They price their CDs at 35 freaking cents. And at 35 cents, there's a lot of stuff I'll buy that I won't pay $1 for. I'll pay $1 for that terrible Foster record just because I have terrible designs on what I'm going to do with it later. But this stuff, you know, now of course the great thing is you'll find stuff for 35 cents. You go, oh my God, I'd pay X amount of dollars for that. I'd pay $15 for that. And then you find stuff you go, So here we go, Nicholas Ludford. I didn't even hardly look at some of these. Nicholas Ludford, his dates are 1485 to 1557. So I don't think you're going to hear a lot of tone clusters in this one. Missa Videte Miraculum with plain song propers for the Feast of the Purification. So we're not talking early music. We're talking early music. British music. On ASV Digital, a great English, one of those quirky, it's like Hyperion, Chandos, Nimbus, ASV. They're all really good labels. And pretty much anything on this label is certainly it's worth 35 cents. Then we have Vivaldi per Archie. Concertos per chords. In other words, some random Vivaldi concertos done by some Canadian musicians. I do believe, where is this, Quebec? And Electa. Yeah, Montreal, they're from. And they do, what do they got here? There's a whole bunch of them here. 4 violins. That's just sort of a hodgepodge. Angers Dubieux and La Pieta. Anyway, I'm a sucker for Vivaldi. I like the Canadian angle. Purcell's O Solitude. Songs and Airs. Nancy Argenta. Nigel North on the Archluton Baroque guitar. He's great. Virgin Classics, 35 cents. Yep, add that to my new music. And then there's the early music, Naxos. Now, Naxos are annoying because they don't have a lot of cachet. They're cheap new. I think they're $6.99 if you max. But the thing is, once they got going, they put out a lot of good music. And it's, again, 35 cents for William Byrd, Mass for 4 voices, Mass for 5 voices. I love this stuff. When I feel like listening to early music, I can't get enough of this stuff. And so, what else we got here? And that's it. There was just, a bit of early music. Okay. Then we have Claudio Arau, the final sessions, limited edition box. Who's not going to buy this for 35 cents? Guess what? I already fucking have it. But I noticed they're individually numbered. Interesting. So we're going to go over the two of these and see if we can find anything else different about them. But I've got 3028 already, and this one's 21612. Limited edition. Limited to what? How many did they make? 100,000? Anyways, Claudio Arau. Normally I'll pass on Claudio because I've got so much of him on vinyl in the studio. But I thought that would be cool, but I already have it. J.S. Bach doing cello, not J.S. Bach, doing it. Misha Maisky and Martha Argerich. Anything Martha Argerich plays is wonderful. Bach is wonderful. Maisky is extremely good, technically wonderful. The recording is wonderful. It's all wonderful. 35 cents. I didn't even, you know what? I didn't look at this as far as to turn the booklet around. The booklet is completely ass backward. But it just said Irving Berlin, 100 years. It's on Columbia, 35 cents. Sure, what the fuck? I'll buy this. It's basically a whole bunch of Irving Berlin songs done by, I'm going to assume, artists at CBS own the rights to. So, Ben Selvin and his orchestra with the Dorsey Brothers, Ethel Waters, Fred Astaire, Red Norvo and his orchestra, Dinah Shore, Tony Bennett, Johnny Mathis, Judy Holliday, Andre Costelance. So you basically have, it's an Irving Berlin thing. Great reference if you want to dig up some Irving Berlin songs. And then there's this. I didn't even look to see there's a CD in here. And there is. Now, I might have this on vinyl somewhere. Good old Jacques Lussier. Old people will remember when he did these records where he did Bach, like jazz. Are they going to tell me? I didn't even look to see if these are re-recordings, original recordings. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. Kaz Records, which looks on England. Okay, these are probably the original recordings. I'm gonna guess, but we'll never know because not only does it say, oh, there we go. They do tell me who. No, they don't tell me. Well, they sort of tell you who play on it. Let's see. They give you the. Here we go. Okay, Andre Arpino. Okay, maybe these are new recordings. Andre Arpino on drums, Jacques Lussier on piano, Vincent Charbonnier on bass. And you know what? This stuff is, again, if you like Bach, if you like jazz, if you can stand the idea of blending easy piano trio jazz with Bach, you'd be surprised how well it works and how non-offensive it is, even if you demand your Bach like your Scotch neat. But they're sort of guilty pleasures, these records. I got the old ones on a beautiful big 5-record vinyl German Telefunken box set that's just about as wonderful as plastic gets. And, 35 cents. So there you go, 35 cents. So what do we spend here? We spent 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I spent just under $12. Actually, probably just above $10 because I got a senior's discount. Finally, they don't even ask anymore. So there you go. That's a typical thrift store run for me. And today I found what? Two that I already had. I usually it's getting higher and higher. Sometimes I buy them anyways. Like I found a couple of Hyperion records that I knew I already had, and I thought, oh, I'll buy it anyway. And maybe one's in better shape than the other or whatever. If you buy 2 of them for 35 cents, and one had a nick in it, then one of them cost you 70 cents. Anyway, we're just doing an analysis on the Titanic sinking, and it's getting there. It's going to take another hour. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll dig out some more stuff, talk about some more stuff. once I can think of something truly interesting to do a show on, I generally just do them. So we're going to do a little bit of that today. And we'll see you down the road. Take care. Stay safe.